Malalai Joya is one of the few people in Afghanistan willing to openly criticize the current Afghan regime. On numerous occasions, she stated that the country will never be a true democracy as long as there are warlords in parliament. She even repeated her comments during a gathering of the National Assembly.
من انتقاد مسئله تمام وطندارای ما که در اینجا حضور داره به ایست که چرا میمانند که مشروعیت و قانونیت بودن ایلوی جرگه زیر سوال بره. البته وجود او جنایتکارایی که کشور ما را به این حالت رساندن.
Her famous speech is what got her banned from the assembly. Still, this didn't stop her. Until today, she speaks her mind. She also stated that the international community should look at itself and wonder if they are really helping Afghanistan or if they have another agenda. This courageous behavior made her famous all over the world, but also forced her to live a life in fear.
Yeah, we have a short time. I have to go because I have to change this. The security of this house is not good. Some of the neighbors, they have contacted. And also so that's good that I leave this house.
She frequently receives death threats, and there have been several assassination attempts on her life. But she will keep on fighting for her cause.
نمیتونه هیچ غلط کرده نمیتونه نره گریه نکن جان رایله تو خب باجرت دختر بودی تو گریه نمیکنی هیچ غلط کرده نمیتونه ما هم رایت هستیم در این حال حوصله کو روی خور از دست نتخوری رقم تو بیخ روز برات لاغر میشه
Malalai Joya.
Hello and good evening, everyone. In the name of democracy and peace, dear friends, I am immensely grateful to be honored with International Anti-Discrimination Award 2009, which I would like to dedicate it to my ill-fated people. I am pleased to receive the award on behalf of the suffering Afghan women and men. It has a very high moral value to me and put extra responsibilities and obligations on my shoulders to fight against discrimination, injustice, and brutal fundamentalists in my country. I am deeply thankful to Eenheid Is Kracht Foundation for considering me for this award and giving me the opportunity to be here and talk about my war-torn and crying Afghanistan and its oppressed people. This award and your sisterly encouragement empowers me and gives me a beam of hope to fight for telling the truth with extra strength and volume and fight for justice and peace in my devastated country with more determination. Respected friends, I belong to a land of tragedies which has been a playground for world powers in the past 30 years. And Afghan people, especially women, have been the prime victims throughout these bloody years. It's due to the wrong and devastating policies of the US government and NATO countries that unfortunately today Afghanistan is a mafia state and ranked in top most unstable and corrupt countries in the world. From one hand, the fascist Taliban are crushing our people, and from another hand, the US is imposing pro-US fundamentalist bans on Afghan people who have a high-peaked history full of crimes and atrocities against our defenseless people. Today, the US and NATO are playing with the destiny of our people. They are supporting the most brutal and infamous elements and groups in Afghanistan, while under the name of war on terror, are killing innocent civilians during their operations on a daily basis. The US and allies is after its regional strategic and economic interest in Afghanistan, for which they easily sacrifice the will of Afghan people. While Obama took office with much hue and cry, but his first news for Afghan people was more war and conflict, and following up of the wrong policies of the Bush administration. Obama's plan to surge forces in Afghanistan will only add to problems and miseries of Afghan people, and even larger number of our suffering and innocent people will be killed during their air raids. Secondly, Obama administration is planning to declare some of the brutal and barbaric Taliban and terrorist party of Gulbuddin Hekmatyar as moderate and share power with them. This is an awful policy for Afghan people. First, in 2001, the US and allies imposed the criminal warlords on our people, which was the first critical mistake and symptom for the current disaster and deadlock in Afghanistan. But when another bunch of terrorist and brutal bands are also included in this collection, then the future of Afghanistan will be even worse and bloody than today. I think that no nation can donate liberation to another nation. Liberation should be achieved in a country by the people themselves. And our people can fight the medieval-minded Taliban and their jihadi brother in creed if they are not supported and armed by those countries who shamelessly try to portray themselves as friends. Women's rights situation is as catastrophic as it was under the Taliban. On March 8, 2009, while women are celebrating it around the world, at least 3 Afghan women put an end to their miserable life by committing self-immolation. Tens of gang rape cases of young girls by warlords in the northern provinces of Afghanistan has been happened, and which media gave reports. Unfortunately, the true picture of the horrible suffering of Afghan people, and especially its forgotten women, are not reflected in the world media. The mainstream world media sells lies under the name of truth. Truth is always suppressed and threatened. I'm honored that my voice has become the voice of my oppressed and unfortunate people, and they are supporting me. By awarding me today, you acknowledge my fight against fundamentalism and occupation and for democracy. So in return, I announce from your tribune that I will not stop for a moment from telling the truth in the face of death, threats, and intimidations. I believe, as Martin Luther King said, unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final word in reality. This is why right, temporarily defeated, is stronger than evil triumphant. Heartfelt thanks once again for giving me this meaningful award. Thank you very much.